A lot of screaming going on. People are panicking. There's nothing for it. Starting late as usual. This is Automatic for Automatic Games. Welcome to the Red Eye Flight. I'm going to grab a beverage while things wind up. That's the stuff. Beverage of champions. But I don't want to name any names. I hope tonight's stream finds you well. Whenever it is you are watching this. It's basically since the last time I streamed this game. And this music's loud. There we go. Yes, much better. Since the last time I streamed this game. I haven't made much progress, but that's kind of on purpose. Essentially, I just kind of want to do everything I can do on Kerbal, or Kerbin, or whatever the name of the planet is that we're starting from. And so therefore I put my focus into aeroplanes, jet planes, and I really wanted to get like some older styles, whether it was like, prop planes, but those are actually a higher technology, strangely. So I had to work my way from jets to props. And kind of like the necessity is the mother of invention, right? So ultimately what I really wanted was a helicopter. Because it just makes a hell of a lot of sense. Get that off of there. Get that on there. And necessity has kind of dictated what I've built thus far, which isn't a whole hell of a lot. Essentially, I wanted to get to those hard-to-reach places, the poles, for instance, or get into a biome like a mountain biome. So, right, with the planes that I already had, how are you getting into a mountain biome? Especially with some semblance of gear. Well, I'm not, and that's why, then I thought, Jeep. Let's do Jeeps and trucks. We'll put our science on those. Well, what, Otto? Are you going to drive? You're going to drive to the North Pole? No, I don't think so. So then, of course, hey, let's build like a C-47 type. We can put a truck in the back of that. Drive the truck out the back of the plane. Parachute. And voila, you've got your scientists on the pole. Doing whatever, and perhaps even in the mountains. But man, the solution to all of that would just be a damned helicopter, right? That's the most obvious thing, but it is the most difficult thing to build, in my opinion. Hey, Ritten, how you doing? Happy Thursday to you. Ahoy. Here's the C-47 type plane that I was kind of talking about. I built this. I'm happy with it. If I had more stuff unlocked, I think there's more I could do with it. I'm calling it the Fleeting C-75. Fleeting is going to be one of my airplane companies, I guess. They won't be around for long. Hence the name. So yeah, I mean, the back of this thing opens up, which is nice. And this thing does, you know, like, I don't want to say any plane that I've built in this flies like a dream, because I don't think I know what I'm talking about. That said, in relation to the things that I have built, this probably flies the best. It's a little heavy, but I think I kind of like that. You know, you try to do something too crazy in it, it'll bite you in the ass kind of deal. So the purpose of that, obviously, is to deliver, like, smaller vehicles. Have I done that successfully? Yes and no. I dropped the vehicle out the back, it parachuted, but it didn't land very well. Like, it didn't take damage, but it was upside down. And so the guy got out of it, and I'm like, well, shit, can he flip his Jeep over? No, he could not figure out a way to do that. Meanwhile, I had totally forgotten about my C-75, I'm calling it, this plane. And, I must have had it banked bad, because I had autopilot on, but it crashed. It's crap. So I ditched that mission, because I was like, well, okay, I lost the damn expensive plane, and dude's Jeep landed upside down. That's as far as I've gotten with that plan, and the plan is to go to the North Pole. It should be a long flight, but... anyways, I do gotta show what else I've built. Just a few things. This is the Catastrophica. It's the only plane that I've kept, so I don't really need to show much with it. It's got this little module in here that, which is extra science. So it's like definitely a science plane, but it bounces around on the runway. It's a weird little plane, but it does fly. It flies pretty well for my demands. I'm not gonna. This is the whole list. I can't scroll down, so you don't think that, oh shit, he's gonna show us 100 planes. So this is another Fleeting plane, and I don't know that this is the. Yeah, this is not a necessity. But who wouldn't want to build a passenger plane? Why is that all lit up? There we go. So that's what I did, but it's not as long as I wanted to be, but I'm restricted because I'm in career mode. But I want to be restricted. Considering how the learning curve is ridiculous. I'm watching videos to get educated and just feeling dumber for having watched them. Anyhow, so this will hold 32 Kerbins, because I think each one of these holds... Where does it tell me that? It tells me that somewhere. I think each one of these modules holds 16, and it's very commercial flight seating arrangements. And it can have a crew of 4, but I've had only 2 pilots. Just because I can't help myself. I've got to put Kerbals in the back, and I've only got 4 of them. So, the problem with this plane, though, is, like, I eyeball things because I'm not very good at this game. And I think I've got a tail problem, and maybe you don't see it there. Anyhow, I swear if I set the plane up normally, like if I scooted it over so it was on those white lines, which is the best way to read these things, there's something wrong with the tail, but it flies, and isn't that what matters? So right now I'm almost scared to touch it, because this is one that's just been a real pain in the ass. It's the most expensive one. It's almost 100,000. And yeah, that's a lot. For instance, going back to the C-75, which is very comparable, it's 40,000. So, I mean, you're talking about a major difference in price, and most of it has to do with the passengers, but then I also found that those compartments that carry passengers, they're not only heavy as is, comparatively speaking, but I think if I was a full flight, if I had 32 souls on there, it'd be even heavier, so I had to add, like, extra engines. Yeah, okay. Now this is the worst vehicle I have, because it's my attempt at a helicopter. For the first time, at least with this, I realized that I can think outside the box, so to speak, in order to figure out how to get a helicopter to work. And no, I haven't figured it out. Like, this will fly. It's just, will it ever come back down? And when it does, the helicopter is destroyed. Sometimes the pilots live. But when I say thinking outside the box, like, these are pilot chairs. And I didn't realize I could unlock these. And so rather than having to put like a command pod on something or a cockpit, I can just put pilot chairs and then start going around using like wing parts and stuff like that to just try to build something that resembles, you know what I'm saying. Like, there's very few presets, and I think it's most notable with the nose cone. I'd like it to be more round, but it's definitely a jet nose cone. Problem with the rotors is real helicopter rotors, I think is what we call them, right? God, there's just so much more to them. You can tilt the whole damn thing. I don't have anything in there that can do that. I can kind of angle the actual props, and that'll help a little bit with lift, but real helicopters can tilt that whole damn thing forward, backward, and you can do that. In fact, I think I even have the stuff needed to do that. It's just my understanding of it is way too limited. And you need to match up with this, because obviously, these props start to spin. Your helicopter is going to want to go the opposite direction, so it starts spinning the opposite direction. So then you have to implement this to try to blow it back into, and then math. But hey, it looks like a helicopter. And then finally, I've got just Jeeps and stuff. A camper, something I call a jackknife, and a staff car. Again, just trying to be creative with it. Like, this is what is this? Anyways, I think it holds science experiments. Which is kind of cool. You can have our scientists do stuff and then, like, well, let me just throw my experiments under the hood. Doesn't make sense, but I think this is the first one I built because it doesn't have tail lights, or does it have headlights? No. So I added that kind of stuff to the other ones. The camper. So there we've got lights and stuff. Anyways, where I want to start tonight, I suppose. Well, clearly it was showing what few builds I have. Rockets-wise, again, I'm not interested in going to space yet. I know, it's Kerbal Space Program, but I'm very landlocked. Oh, building a boat would be cool, but I haven't tried. I gotta get on the passenger plane and try it. I need to land successfully with it. That hasn't happened yet. So I think that's why I called it the Red Eye Flight. And we'll undertake that. Did I just launch? Well, I guess we're taking the truck out then. There's not much I can do with the truck. You can milk science from all of these different, like how there's different biomes. So I come to find out that actually each one of these centers that you can upgrade counts as a biome. So that's why you end up starting to think like, yeah, maybe I don't want to fly my plane over there. Maybe I just make a car or a truck, and hey, this one has no pilot, but it's still going. Not sure I understand how that's happening. It certainly doesn't work with planes. Anyway, you get to see the truck. You got the lights. Then I figured out. It took me a while to notice that you could change the color of the lights. So that's cool. Knowing that, I was able to add red and green lights to the airplane wings. Their navigation lights. but also brake lights or... Anyways, let's get that plane. I think I also want it to be nighttime. Yeah, I do. Because I want to be able to test the lights and stuff. Essentially, I'll just put us on a little flight. It is weird. They look like... I don't know. The hood design just looks so... I think it's the headlights. That's what I'm looking at. That's making me think, like, what is it, 30s? But... no, I don't want to put somebody in command of that. Let's go back to build. And... oh, yeah, that's right. I want it to be nighttime, so return to the Space Center, speed up time, and then take off. And in doing so, maybe I'll learn a thing or two about the tail of that plane. At least figure out which direction it wants to drift. Be a quick way to speed up time. 50? 50 is good. I mean, even early evening is fine. Well, that's not really speeding up time that much. There we go. Yep, that works. I think, is the sun going down or is it directly overhead? Oh, wait, that way is east. So if anything, I'd see it this way. Alright, let me speed it up a little more. Just a tad. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I want to make sure and put people back in the commuter area. I wonder if it would let me get away with one pilot. I mean, I don't see why not. Alright, so we're flying the fleeting 101B. So there was a 101A, of course. I saved over it. I've got a lot of hotkey commands and stuff. It's pretty hot. I do want to make sure the flaps are intended. Yep. No, they're good how they are. Alright, crew. Yeah, Bob, you can sit back there. She's a pilot. Bill, you come back. In fact, Bill, we'll put you there. I don't know where there is. But want to try one pilot? It doesn't matter. You know what? We'll put her in the co-pilot seat. Plane like this needs that. This is just a test flight, though. Hey, True, how are you? I am doing well. Well, yeah, we'll find out if I'm doing well. I might just crash my first commercial plane. At least it'll be nighttime, so the passengers won't, I'd love to get this thing filled up with Kerbals. With peoples. Alright. Okay, so for this I really need to... let's see, first action I'll do is... navigation lights. Kind of tricky to come up with, but... oh well. System I got works for me. And like, included in the navigation lights there's this logo light. You know, you gotta pimp the brand, I think. Um, do we want cabin lights on? I would think so. All right. So, yeah, brakes are off. Here we go. I gotta remember to give it full power. Don't think I want autopilot on yet. Here goes. Well, that's a very slow start, but this thing needs to get up to like 90, I think, in order to lift off. It's wanting to drift to the right. I don't know if that's the wind. If it's a constant thing, then that's our problem with the tail. Keeping her on the runway, but I don't like making the adjustments. Which I'm definitely having to make. Extreme ones. Okay, that one was. Alright, we're at 90. I think we can lift off. Or not. Okay, good. Good. What the hell? Those flaps are trying to murder us. Hold on, one. I better keep the gear down. I have to take my hand off the throttle to fix those fucking flaps. What the hell are they deployed for? Fuck, they're still deployed. Hold up, okay. Landing gear up, I guess, right? Because we are flying, but I'm pulling all the way back. No wonder. You see what I mean with the flaps? Those flaps that are farthest out are deployed. Fuck. At least we're climbing, but it's doing weird things with the plane. Alright, I'm gonna try that again. Nope. See how come it worked that time? Okay. Alright. Sorry. That's crazy. And look at this climb. This isn't on purpose. There we go. Mr. Strontium, how are you tonight? Just got done goofing around in 76, ready to crash. And that's all I was on. You had to use the word crash. How is Mr. Strontium tonight? Our airspeed's down quite a bit. Whew. Okay, that's a problem. I almost want a notepad. I need to jot down that there's something wrong with this thing's flaps. Like, I can run back the tape, and I guess that's what it'll take, but I swear to you, they were not deployed when we were sitting on the runway before we started moving. Somehow they auto-deployed. Speaking of auto, like AUTO, we'll engage autopilot now. And look at that, she levels out a little bit. Playing the minds of craft. Yes. I gotta get into Minecraft again. So, gotta do it. Right now, I've been Kerbalized though. Like, I know this is pretty slow content. A fucking plane ride. I didn't realize how big the planet is. It's not like a dumbed down. Well, it is dumbed down, but I think it's maybe I'm wrong, a fourth the size of the Earth or an eighth the size of the Earth. Pretty large though. I ought to check that information before I go spouting off. How is Minecraft treating you? What are you building? Whatever it is, it's got to be more stable than the aeroplanes I have built. $3,700 meters, so we're probably at about 11,000 feet or something like that. Speed is just about 160. Let's have a look from the Kerbals' perspectives. The pilot. Oh yeah, this very space shuttle-y window setup, but that's okay. It works. He's in love. She wears this little orange number, you know, just to fuck with him. Anyway, her perspective. You'll find it similar. What are those lines? I think the plane's being stressed out. It's got a tough job. Why are we leveling out like that? Oh, no, I think it's fine. We might... Is that really its flight ceiling? It might be. Huh. 4,000 meters. That would be, so what is that? Times 3 or something? Times 3 and a little bit? For feet, like... Undersea dome. Nice. Not like a city under the sea, right? Or maybe, but starting small. Yeah, there's some stress on the plane. Interesting. Well, how fast are we going? Jesus. Yeah, we're going pretty damn fast. Okay, I think we're diving too. But nonetheless, autopilot should take care of it. If nothing else, I'll pull back on the throttle a little bit. Yeah. And, otherwise, yeah, cabin, the attendants can go ahead and start serving food, I think. Real fantastic job. Thank you. flying auto air. Just a small affair. No Andrew Ryan. Well, that's good. I think it's probably for the best then. What's up with this air? I need to slow it down. Now, I've hotkeyed some shit. In fact, let's extend flaps. Is that what you? No, why would you do that? You just less throttle. Yeah. Fucking extend the flaps. Get the hell out of the plane. Speaking of which, as will probably always be the case, and it's no pressure, Discord's always open on Kerbal. I find that Kerbal is not a very, not a lot of dialogue. It's not even screaming as they perish. Alright, so we've done max altitude. I am going to, I think, try to speed up time and see what that does to this plane. Oh, it's putting her into a dive. Like a serious dive. Holy shit. Fucking... I think we're on... Damn, that was loud. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool, but it flunked the test of speeding up time, which sucks for passenger flight. Yes, eventually I will. I will, Strong. Trying to apply Minecraft pressure. Hey, Plaz, how you doing? Fuck you, jumped. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry about the in-game. Like, those damn explosions are so fucking loud. In fact, next time, I'll call it out. I'll let you know that it's coming. Son of a bitch. So, it flew without too much issues for a while. Would have kept flying, right? But it's that thing I did. I revert to launch. How is Plaz this evening? So we can't speed up time. Not with this plane. Okay, yeah, the flaps are not deployed. That's interesting. What the hell deployed them? Like, why, anything. I believe the workaround would be for me to deploy them, then undeploy them as we're spooling up. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. So that should be it. I mean, unless they do something on their own, that should not impede takeoff. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with the tail. It's probably not a deal breaker until we land, but gotta get up to 90, I think. I think that's the magic number. Of course, I may have been trying to take off the whole time with flaps deployed. I pulled up too soon. No, I'm not on the ground. Sure as hell looked like it. Gear up. I'll get some altitude before I hand over control of the plane, I think. But yeah, it's kind of like maybe slow content, but as to Ritten's statement there, I do like just flying around. I like building these things. I wish I could figure out the helicopter. I'll probably try to show that. It's just, it's above my pay grade right now. Why are we not climbing so much? Tell you why. Same reason takeoff was kind of touch and go, because I'm at half throttle and have been the whole fucking time. This is your captain speaking. I just realized that my mic was set to. Anyways. Yeah, that makes a difference. Maybe we are better off if I hand it off to the autopilot. Inflate autopilot. We'll turn on nav lights. Ding ding. It's the seatbelt noise. It's my best seatbelt noise. Maybe my only. Alright, I think we're good. I'm gonna trust the autopilot for a second. Hell, I'm who killed us last time. Though I do think maybe I lowered the speed a little bit. Don't want us to climb up into the 300 range. .300 meters per second, that is. I don't even want to know how many miles per hour that is. Just watching my speed, it keeps dropping. I guess I will keep her maxed out until we get up to our flight ceiling, I suppose. This is good. We could go ahead and begin our dinner service now. This time I won't interrupt it with a mid-flight crash. How about an in-flight movie? Some old-ass commercials. Well, hey, and a Fallout guy. I'm a Fallout guy. Sounds like a legendary name.
In order to showcase some of the best-selling toys on the market today, we took our cameras to the beach to show you both the hula hoop and the frisbee. Jesus, folks, throw them to each other, please. Not the camera. This equipment's expensive, and that's the problem with you kids today. You act like nothing's sacred. My God. I tell you what, if you've got kids like this, don't get them the hula hoop or the frisbee. Screw them. Let them buy it themselves.
Go fuck yourself, old man.
Get out of here. Whammo.
Now, a message from the American Association of Psychology.
Oh, Helen, this was how your day began. It is how every day begins for the deviant teen. Mother desperately trying to rouse you from your slumber. This creates resentment in the family, estrangement, and yes, even murderous thoughts. Pansy has trained herself to plan ahead. She coordinates her outfits to best attract adoration. As usual, your neighbours know that you're late again as you hurry by at your regular dog trot. Pansy's morning routine provides time for a pleasant word with her parents and a healthy breakfast. She's already in the classroom when you arrive. You're late again, and it's far worse than a rut. It's a deviant lifestyle. You're increasingly embarrassed by your messy hair, and look at your fingernails. What a disgrace. You never listen, so you couldn't help but interrupt Pansy and the other girls. What a fool you are. You added nothing to that conversation, and at this rate you'll add nothing to society. Pansy will succeed, and you will fail. Now you're alone again, in your messy room, considering the murder of Pansy. Killing her isn't the answer. Bettering yourself is. Cry us a river, Helen, but it's a little late for tears. What you need is a good kick in the ass, perhaps one you should have received long, long ago. I blame the parents.
This message was brought to you by the American Association of Psychology and is an excerpt from the book Get Your Shit Together. Find this title and more at your local library today. And remember,
Alive.
be a pansy, not a Helen.
That would be horrible.
It's the craziest, clumsiest cardio board today. The bongo board craze is sweeping the nation. You can see how it's supposed to work. The real fun is trying to get it to work. Once you do. Bingo, bimbos, it's bongo. You'll be shitting back. You want to work on your figure? This is the best buy on the market, and you don't have to know figures to figure that out. Girls are falling head over heels for the bongo board craze. Clumsy ass frauds. Find bongo at your local retailer or wherever superfluous shit is sold.
Step back, so it's 7. Oh, that's our cue. Well, let's check our altitude. Whoa, okay. No, we're pretty... Alright, now that's more reasonable. We're close to 20,000 feet. We still don't have the cabin lights on. Shame on... Well, we were watching a movie. You know, what do they want? What happened to our... Why did I do that? I mean, not trying to say Urkel's flying the plane. I noticed she just pitched down a little bit. It's still steady, I think. We're gonna have to land this bitch. I know that, well, shit, maybe we should just turn around. Head back to the best airfield for us. We're great on fuel. We really, it's over there to the left, and it looks like we've eaten more than half of our fuel, but we didn't start with that much fuel. Part of the tail section is a fuel tank, and I emptied it. Just to cut down on weight a little bit. She's still got excellent range, this plane. What am I calling it? The Fleeting 101B. We're going to see how it holds up. I activated something where the G-forces, like, equipment will fail. Wings could bust off, but I don't think we're pushing those limits, because I've pushed this plane before. Okay, maybe we don't need to be going that fast, though. Altitude, we're dropping. Reading this, alright. trying to get this right. 275 is west, right? So is east, I'm sorry. No. 90 is east. 275 would be west. So I'm looking for 275. Although I think that's not where we came from, is it? Alright, we leveled out a little bit. Yeah, we're maintaining anyways. Boy, this thing doesn't make sharp turns. Shouldn't, anyways. Alright, we're almost at 3:15. We're looking again for 275, maybe a little less than that. 245 or something, 250. Because this turn's just been so damn wide. Ah, 270. That's it. 275. 270 would be due west. Apologies. I'm just figuring this shit out. Never gave a damn about the degrees on the compass. Just north, south, east, west. Alright. I think that's good. Yeah. Just gotta climb again. Good deal. And so landing. That's going to be interesting. It's nice to have your shadow, but we won't have that. We have plenty of lights, though. The issue is going to be slowing down, of course. Now, I've added something to my Hot Wheel here, and that is reverse thrust. So that's an option. And we've got those flaps. I think flaps are number 6, reverse thrust. Auto, you should know this, is 10. And I can't speed up time. It's funny, I can with the other planes, but this one wants to nosedive. And I've heard that that's a thing, but yeah, that's the first I experienced it myself. I think our heading is pretty good. For just a second there, I saw the lights, or I'm seeing things. I could just be seeing things. Turn a little bit to the right. Yeah, no, I just saw it again. think we'll maintain, I don't know, as long as we're under 2,000 meters, I think. Don't want to do a big dive at any point, really. Hell, we're already going fast enough. This, despite having throttle down to half. Oh, it just occurred to me. Another thing I could do, I could shut down engines 2 and 3. I could shut those rear engines down. That would give it a little less. Those engines by themselves, obviously not enough power to lift this plane, so you can't rely on them, but you can fly without them. Almost thinking we do that now. But you know, no, I'll wait until we're at the island. And then that first island on the left, and then we'll kind of try to burn off some speed. In truth, I might have to increase thrust just to keep the plane in the air. So, but that is one nice thing, especially considering I can't speed up time with this thing. It's nice that she can go this fast, which is nothing's failed until we try to land. She's got a great view. Huh. It's our altitude. Holy shit. We kind of got to make a sharp right. Alright, what do I do? What do I do? I'll kill engines 3 and 4. No, 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Do not kill engine number 4, dude. That would not be your smartest move. I don't know what would happen there, but I almost want to test that out at some point. Get up to a decent altitude and kill one of the main engines. Just to see if she could fly on one land. Dang, I've got landing on my mind. See if she could fly with one engine. I fucking hate to do erratic shit this close to the runway, but I gotta turn, and kind of hard for this plane. It's not gonna go well. Speed's good, elevation's good. I think all our lights are on. That's good. Now I'm wondering, flaps first or landing gear first? I think flaps. She's slowing down just by doing this turn, I'm noticing. Well, and then she speeds back up. We have those engines off. Pull back on the throttle a little bit. Still don't see the actual runway. But I know it's on the other side of those lights. Alright, this hopefully final turn should burn off a little speed. Damn, we're just going way too fast. Yeah, it's burning off some speed. That's good. That's good. We're actually climbing. I don't really want to climb much more. Okay, we'll level out. See, the runway's in sight. I need those flaps, right? Alright, flaps extended. I need speed. Need speed bad. Okay. Shit, those numbers up top, that 219, 220, 230. That's the altitude. We need to pull back on the throttle again. Not liking our angle. Tell you what, forget the runway. Forget the runway, we're gonna land next to it. If we land at all. Landing gear. Gotta slow down. Alright, killing the throttle. We can't afford to hit those mountains. This won't be so bad, because it is a nice flat surface. That bounce sucks. You know what? I said I got reverse thrusters. I think it's number 10. No! No, 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 no! That turned on the... Well, I think I just turned on reverse thrust. Start braking. Probably braking at too quick of a speed, but can't hit these hills. I'm afraid to turn unless we're like doing 30 or something. Autopilot off, of course. It's not like we're using much of it at the end. Good enough. Good enough for me. Yeah, we got the little ladder. Just unlocked that. Pretty proud of it. So yeah, the damn thing landed. That's funny. I turned off the main engines and kicked these on. Oh well. Alright, and I like having all that stuff hotkeyed. It just, I don't know, lets you kind of micromanage stuff on the plane. The flaps have proven to be really valuable, or invaluable, whatever the proper word would be. Alright, good deal, good deal. Gonna take a break, and then I know I just did. Actually, I didn't. I was just trying to give some entertainment other than just flying in darkness. But yeah, after the break, I'll switch vehicles. I think I want to practice dropping a Jeep out of that damn plane, or attempt to mess around with the helicopter. Although there's no way I could figure out the helicopter stuff within the constraints of a stream. That's just not going to happen. So yeah, therefore I think testing out our theory in terms of dropping a Jeep out of a plane, deploying the parachute, and nobody dies, that would be a good deal. So that is what I will do upon return. I guess I could run another commercial, but I might save those for in-flight entertainment. So therefore, we're just going to hold the plane here. Be right back. So I'm sitting here thinking we test it in the desert. I don't think there's any point in counting that as a flight, other than, I don't know, learning some stuff. Therefore, I'm going to revert. Because Lord knows, we spent fuel. But landing, not hitting the runway exactly, doesn't bother me so much. Because hell, there's only 3 runways on the entire planet, so most of my landings are going to be off the runway. Not to mention the times I just run out of fuel or something, and well, you're not going to land on a runway then, right? All right, so let's load up. Oh boy. No, we want to. Boy, I'm wondering, like, do I just do this up at the north and see if we can actually pull off the mission? Because that's good enough practice for the mission if it fails. It's just, I don't even know if my theory will completely work. It worked last time, but I didn't turn the plane very hard at any point. And, well, at any rate, if we're going to speed up time, I need it to be morning. Or no, not if we take off from... Okay, I've got an idea. If it's just getting on nighttime here, then somewhere else in the world that we can take off from, closer to the North Pole, or I might have this all backward. It might be the South Pole, just to forewarn you. Anyways, closer to that, I might just try taking off from there, if it'll let me. We'll be doing this in the fleeting C-75. Or no, I would have to launch the Jeep first, right? Yes. Something science-y that will fit in there. We do some quick changes to this because we're going to add some chutes. Where are those? Utility. That's a small chute. We want big chutes. We're looking for stability, so we'll double them. Can I have them come out the side like that? I think I can. And hey, it might even look nice. We're gonna impress those Eskimos. Alright, I'm kind of anal about this stuff, so... let's go ahead and scoot it back just a tad. I want it to line up with... Yee, so sensitive. There we go. Yeah. Put a small chute in the front? Nah, put a big chute. And I think I can sink it down in there a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, kind of upside. Okay, yeah, that's right. I don't like that little bar sticking out the front, but... oh well. Good enough. Alright, so 3 parachutes. I'm hoping that'll do it. And this vehicle's got all the science stuff I'm gonna want. Let's get it a driver, preferably a scientist, that's going to be in it as it plummets. Bob, that's you. Should they take an engineer? Because an engineer can repair, like, the tires and stuff. Yeah, let's be extra safe. Or extra dangerous. Alright, choose launch site. No, none of these places. It's not really I want to... What? Okay. Yeah, why is it not letting me take off? Is it because there's not a runway there? There probably isn't a runway there. Yeah, well, let's save this vehicle as is. And I have an idea, but I don't think it's gonna work. I'm wanting to, maybe I could launch these from, um, shit, that would throw a wrench in the whole plan, because at this rate, we'd have to fly this C-47 looking plane pretty damn far, like from the equator to the pole. And that would mean a redesign of the plane to allow for more fuel. Just make it only heavier, right? And then we're going to throw Jeeps on her and expect to fly that brick. We got to do that anyways with the Jeeps. But the added fuel could break us. I'm wondering if I can I open up? Oh, I can use these? But really, okay, let me see which is, so, Science Truck is the least complicated, less complicated of the two. So I'm going to try to bring this up first, which it does that, but now won't let me launch. I want to launch from Woomerang. The vehicle assembly building can't support vessels over 30 parts because I need to upgrade it. Now, I had feared that I would encounter that problem. Well then, let's return to the Space Center and maybe I can upgrade it right now. Because one upgrade is all it would take, probably. Managed building, 112,000. Jeez, wow. Yes, I can afford that. I certainly can. It would leave me with 90,000. At that rate, I couldn't even launch my passenger plane if I wanted to. Even if I'm not going to save the flight, I just wouldn't be able to afford to pull it out of the damn hangar. So I'd have to make some money first. Wait, but could I afford to do this mission? Here's what I'll do. I'm going to save. And I want to make clear that this is... Alright, we're going to do pre-bust. Before we spend all the money. Alright, now I'll try it. Why not? Upgrade that. Go to that. I'm assuming that's just going to upgrade all of them around the world. So Woomerang's launch site should be. And no, it's not a runway, but I'm just assuming that the C-45 is going to be able to take off. So a lot of assumptions going on. Alright. Choose launch site. Boomerang. Craft is too large. Now it's the launch pad. You want me to upgrade that? No. I can't afford to do that. Well, I believe that, shit, I better just reload my game and never upgrade that shit. If I want to test throwing a vehicle out the back, I had better just do that here. Or at the desert. Pre-bust. That was a bust. Alright, doing this in the desert. At least there I can collect some science and stuff. Maybe I can find a biome, like the mountains. That would make the parachuting part even more perilous than it needs to be, but I don't know. Might try it. Bringing out the jackknife with the scientist and engineer. Pairing. And choose launch site. Desert, please. How about that Democratic debate last night, huh? Real compelling stuff happening over there. Alright, we drive this off the runway. I've learnt that. That's how we bring in the C. 75. Does this one have headlights and stuff? Oh, fantastic. All right, let's get the other one. How would I go about doing that? Just go back to the Space Center, I think. Just leave these guys here. A gameplay mechanic that I'm not totally comfortable with yet, but I guess it has to be a thing. Fleeting C-75. Yep. Alright, I want to launch this. I think it's just going to auto-assign the pilots if I don't mess with it, right? Fuck, I wanted to launch it in the desert. Oh, man. Okay. Unless it's still set for the desert, that would be nice. I somehow doubt it, though. Shit. Can we revert? Okay, that's good. I think it's gonna work. Choose launch site. Desert airfield. Oh, I wonder if this is gonna work. You know, is the Jeep just gonna bounce around in the back? 'Cause that's what I kept thinking would happen last time. I flew extra careful. But, I still don't really trust it. Where's the Jeep? Yeah, good. It's still over there. Apply brakes. I think I have a hotkey for the... None of these ones here are too bad. Bingo. Good. Well, that's weird. Gonna have to adjust that, too. The ramp goes too far. But we can fix that. How do I switch? Nice. Okay, boys. I don't know how this is gonna go, but it's going now. These vehicles are awful quiet, contrasted by the explosions. Okay, let's get up on the runway without flipping. Sometimes they... Swear to God, sometimes they flip. We don't want to go in front ways, do we? Doesn't matter. I can just back out, I would assume. Plus, we'll be going so fast. Half thinking it'll just fall out. Someone out there is thinking, no, Otto, you need to back in. I don't think I do. Holy shit. You'll fit. I know you'll fit. Duh, those are fuel tanks, dude. Be cool. Oh man, that's a tight squeeze. That might be good though. It might be terrible. Oh dear. Okay, back to the plane. Alright, try number 2. This time it's public, boys. Let's be on our best behavior. Go ahead and close the door. Nice, nice, okay. And I do want to check the flaps. Flaps are good. I think everything's good. Let's go. Brakes. Thank you. Yes. This one can usually take off earlier than 90, but I'm gonna wait. We also better go full throttle. Let's do that. Yeah, just for shits and giggles. Get off the ground. No, we're not waiting until 90. We can't. Pull back. It's a little different flying now. Get that autopilot on. We don't want any drastic angles, you know. And we gotta get up to a decent elevation to test this out. Once I'm comfortable with its flight trajectory, I'll switch to the guys in the Jeep just to see. Like, did I put the brakes on? I think I did. I think their brakes are on. Alright. We are climbing, we're picking up speed. Pull back on the throttle just a tad. And this plane doesn't get the kind of altitude that the other plane does. A consequence of it not having those two extra jet engines back by the tail. Eventually, I might make another version. I think if I did, I would actually add 2 more of those engines. Just since this is going to be a workhorse. Then again, if speed negatively affects whatever it's carrying, that certainly has to be a consideration. Suffice it to say, I'm not going to time warp or anything like that. I just don't trust it. Still climbing. Want to get plenty of altitude, and I actually haven't done science in the desert yet, so I will be getting some out of this if both units survive. If I lose the plane, then no, I'm not keeping this save. That doesn't make sense. It just bankrupt our program. Wonder if I can get up to 3,000. If I do that, our speed is kind of evened out at 192. Still climbing. You know what? I'm going to check on the guys in the back. Plane still flying level. That's nice. Taking a minute to zoom in here. Oh, yeah. So she is moving around a little bit. She definitely got unstuck from between those fuel tanks. Her brakes are on. Okay, back to the plane. Plane is still climbing. We're almost at 3,000. We're going to begin our drop at 3,000. We'll drop this thing, and then I got to remember to go back to the plane and make sure she's level, because I think the weight change threw her off last time. Better do this quick, because I see green, so here goes. No, we have a thing for that. There it is. Alright, they're dead. No question about that. Hold on. Parachutes. The parachutes don't... They're both gone. Is the plane okay? What the hell was that? Yeah. I mean, I swear last time it got out of the plane. Oh, wow, and I think this turn was too much. No, we'll recover. Well, that was bad. Now our stats read, well, 50% of the time the vehicle is going to blow up while trying to leave the plane. In fact, it's strange. Most of the vehicle was still intact. The parachutes were fried off. And the driver and passenger were killed, I think. I mean, if the explosion didn't kill them. Either way, they weren't in the Jeep when I checked in the Jeep. So maybe they were still alive at that point. Don't think they are anymore. Well, I'm going to try to land this thing right here, then. Because it doesn't hurt to practice another landing. I almost want to botch it. That way I get an accident report. I can find out about that other vehicle. Like, what blew up first? And I was so convinced for a second that there had to be something wrong with this plane. But, shit, I think even the logo lights still work. Voila, they do. Odd thing to be happy about, following the death of our compatriots, the deaths. Alright, let's activate flaps. Need to burn off some altitude. And speed. Might be too much. Get rid of those flaps, please. Just seemed like the ground was coming up awful quick. And it is. Oh well, oh, that's right. We're 1,000 meters above sea level, not necessarily above the desert. So I think we're pretty damn low. And how come I'm struggling at the controls now? I think I'm just all shook up because of my friends. Let's get those flaps going again, or why are we doing that? Something was messed up. Something is messed up. Why are we doing this? I'm pulling back as hard as I can. Oh, shit. Loud. At the NTSB, we strongly encourage all pilots to, well, when you know you're going down, warn the passengers that it's going to be loud. You know, it's a nice, courteous thing to do as you're going out. That this is going to be loud, even if it's the last word. No, it's not. And she flies okay. So I'm convinced something. That Jeep might have hit something. I don't know what. But something wasn't quite working there at the end. Alright, so the first thing to lose it at about 4 minutes into the flight. The radial air intake collided into Mark III cargo ramp. Radial air intake. Oh, it's the belly of the Jeep. Wow, that happened. Yeah, I mean, like, what about his tires? And then a parachute. One of the parachutes hit it. Just a lot of shit hit it. Wow. When did the crew die? Is what I want to know. They survived the explosion for sure. We don't know, I guess, right? Is that kind of what they're saying there? Well, I mean, one of the command seats hit the ground. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're just not saying. They're just gone. I mean, they do tell us that the pilots of the plane died at 7 minutes and 49 seconds. Which I saw that. Yeah, they did. They definitely did. It would be funny if the other guys hit the ground afterward. Be weird. Well, hell. Do I try that again? I'm gonna end the stream here soon, but wonder if I do that or shit. Since since the airport is in the desert, it's not necessary to fly anywhere. I could just do the experiment next to the airfield. But just to test this would have been great. Now I'm thinking like, I'm going about this the wrong way. You know how there's connectors and stuff like that. There's a variety of them. Maybe that's what I need. I need to just bring the Jeep into the plane, fasten it into the plane. Of course, that won't solve it hitting the ramp. It's almost like, tell you, last time I had backed in. Last time I backed in. I know. Yeah, I couldn't warn you about that. I was dead. But it was so delayed. And even now, I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, let's use some kind of fastening system, or I don't know how smart I have to be to develop an arm that would stick out the back of the plane, like reach out and just drop that thing. I mean, I know that's possible. I just don't think I have the wherewithal to do that. But despite all these ideas on safety, here I go. I'm just like, yeah, let's try it again. But this time, you back in. I think if you back in, you'll be fine. That's not a problem, scientist, is it? You just back in. I mean, think about it. It's 100% safer. One, it's harder to get carjacked because you can get out of there in a hurry. Two, it's just all around safer. Strangely, in our experience. Judging from 2 trials. There, gotta straighten out, right? At least a little bit. Here we go. Smooth sailing already. Get in there. Go, go, go. No, don't lose it now. Don't you dare quit on me now, you Curvels, whatever you, Curvels, I guess. Alright. Let's apply the parking brake. Did I... No, keep the parking brake. Because it wasn't the tires that exploded first. Oh, hell, I don't know. You're all gonna die. Alright, and go. Brakes. Son of a bitch. Always harping about the brakes. No, they're always on. Full throttle will help. Remember, this is a short runway. I think we might have already botched it. Oh, runway maneuvering. Always advised. Yeah, hang a left up here, Harry. Okay. Oh, our flaps. Flaps are good. Good. Landing gear. Oh boy. Gonna check on it already. I'm impatient. I need to know. Did she move at all? Yeah. Hey, it looks more level for maybe if I never turn. Ever. That's actually a possibility. I mean, you can always just. I'm not saying I need to be anywhere specific in the North Pole. Just point us there. We might not have to turn. Until we poop out the Jeep. Once we poop that sucker out. Do some real aeronautics or aerobatics? Aerobatics. That's the word. Alright, I'm seeing green, so it's almost time for our drop. We're at 2,500. We're fine. What's 500 meters between friends? Okay. No, don't level out, plane. Now's not the time to start diving. Okay, that's it. That's just the game's way of saying do it now. You're at 3,000 feet. Maybe I take the emergency brakes off? You think that matters? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the brakes off on that. No more brakes. You're free. You're free. Why is he moving? He's moving like crazy. Okay, maybe not. Not like crazy. Tend to exaggerate. Okay, so here's the plane again. We're gonna open up and shit you out. Good luck, guys. Please don't blow up immediately. Warning, there might be an explosion. Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to come back and visit that. Oh. Alright, he better turn around. You saw, I don't know if you saw what happened, but that didn't go well. Even though someone up there in the brass is probably thinking like, quite contrary. The Jeep did get out in one piece. Parachutes deployed. Still a question as to whether or not this went well. Can't afford to lose that equipment, boys. We can be drastic. We don't have any passengers, so let's be drastic. I'm only saying that because of our elevation, right? Don't want to repeat. Shit. Okay, good enough. Alright, autopilot's on. Let me make sure it does what we want. So we're speeding up, yes, and we're picking up altitude. How's that Jeep? Still hasn't touched down. Boy, I bet its driver did. And its passenger. Damn, I didn't realize. Both of them. Well, until some serious changes are implemented, I just don't think we're going to have public support for this program. And I don't mean the stream, I don't give a shit. But I appreciate it if it's there. Otherwise, it don't bother me. But yeah, that just doesn't look good. In terms of, both guys went flying. I mean, yeah, you just... Those seats just aren't built for it. How did it work last time? I should have recorded it. Now folks are going to doubt that I ever did it successfully, but I did. And the pilot went with it. It just landed upside down. And are we there? No. Still 1,000 meters in the air. Shit, let's... Yeah, no. I won't try to land this yet. That aromatics. The aromatics, for some reasons, sounds like an all-girl band from the early 80s or something. The aromatics, out of Germany, of course. Hey, we better land. Let's see all those hills. Do flaps. We'll lose some throttle. No, you can't land there, dumbass. Turn around. You notice that my schizophrenia kicks in like a co-pilot? I'm not truly schizophrenic. But Ritton, I know you'll appreciate this. I was a DM for a long, long time, so in terms of talking to myself as different people, yeah, I've probably done that more than any healthy human should. Players don't get affected by that, I don't think. DMs that are even almost half-ass immersive, they do get affected by it. Boy, if I do those turns just before landing, like if I was in the middle of that turn, that really takes off a lot of speed, but as soon as I straighten out, obviously speed back up. Still got flaps down. I'm just going to keep them down. It's just easier. Wonder how that Jeep landed. Man, that does not look flat. Dude, we gotta slow down, like, severely. It's not good. Reverse thrusters. Could I try that? I think it's number 9, right? No. Is it? Or did I just kill the thrusters? Either way, coming in a little hard. Well. Well, damn. We landed the plane. I think both pilots are dead. Wait. Yeah, I'm pretty sure both pilots are dead. I don't know. What do you think? You think she nosed down too hard? Maybe. And I can't even access the Jeep. So what? Did the Jeep not survive? Is the Jeep on the map? Like, what is this? Is that the Jeep? No, that's debris from the plane. Well, what the hell? Where's my Jeep? There's no fucking way we lost a Jeep, too? This is so depressing. Just that sight right there. Imagine being a passenger in it. Like, we'll be fine. What fell off the plane? Oh shit, it was the cockpit. It was still going. Yeah. You've done that for years. Thought you were just nuts. You know, it's easier to explain it. Well, I have totally failed, haven't I? Trying to think of the passenger plane. I landed that, so that's awesome. The passenger plane works. It does need it needs looks at it. It needs a look at its flaps, and its tail is slightly off kilter. Not a whole lot. In fact, almost afraid to mess with it, but going to. And this whole operation has just been basically aborted because now success is what, 33%? And not only that, that success, as stated, it was upside down. There was nothing that could be done on the surface. Maybe he could have still... No, he couldn't do his science, because once he was out of the chair. Yeah. At least I think. I don't know. Still, I just don't think it's happening. There's no way we're getting this to the North Pole, or South Pole, or whatever that is. No way. Unless I figure out some kind of clamp system or some way to release it. I keep thinking, like, these pieces right here. Will it still let me open them? No, it won't. Anyways, the roof opens up. And I was thinking, if I invert those, just that section, wouldn't that be like a bomber? Couldn't you just open up the bottom and drop whatever? And if I had some kind of, like, arm that could deploy, I think that would be the way to do it. Because you could just lower it below the plane and then let go. And as long as, I don't know, I'm thinking if the plane's diving a little bit, you're just not going to hit, I don't think. Anyhow, that's enough for tonight. I've done it again. Written, thanks for being a trooper. Coming along on these flights, well, you didn't. I mean, Lord knows, neither of us were on these flights. That would be terrible. Jeep thing would be kind of fun, if they have parachutes. Anyhow, that's going to do it for me. Again, appreciate anybody that took the time to watch, or anybody that ends up watching this in the future, you crazy bastards. Want to thank anybody else that spoke up. Mr. Strontium, True, Plaz. Good stuff. Really appreciate you. Good night. I've been your captain for this flight. I hear that. I only stream in the middle of the night. Just for you. Just to keep people up. Thank you, Mr. Strontium. Much appreciated. I was going to ask, are you playing survival or creative? That damn noseless plane. Oh, you can't see it. Good. Just occurred to me. Ah, gotcha. So then it's gonna be a nice fucking dome. Because survival, like, yeah, I could do something nice, but it would be like, what kind of time frame are we talking? But yeah, dude, we will have to play at some point. If we did, though, I'd almost want to go survival. challenge ourselves to survive. Alrighty, folks. If you like this, if you're subscribed, I hope to talk to you soon. Even if you're not. But be well, folks. Good night.